Hi everyone, happy Saturday. It's Carolyn with Carolina Crafting, and today's Saturday, so you know what that means. It's Scrap Card Saturday. Last week, let me bring my card in. I did last week. I used 1-inch squares to make this card. Normally, I just use my strips of paper and cut them into whatever size strips I need, but last week I decided I wanted to try some 1-inch squares, do something a little different, and I really like that, so I continued that this week. So here's the card I came up with for today, but I want to make another one and do a slight variation of it, and I thought I'd make a video. So today I'm using the Sweet Bugs Sweet Collection. I've used the stamps, the dies, and the paper. If you didn't know, the dies match a sheet of paper in there that cuts out a lot of the little images here. So a lot of times when I get a suite like that and I see that it matches up, I'll go ahead and just die cut the whole piece of paper and get all my little pieces like this, and then I have them ready to go whenever I want to make a card. So let me move all this aside and show you another variation of this card that I wanted to make. So for this card, I wanted to use a colored piece of cardstock behind my squares instead of white like I did the this card and the one I did last week. This is a piece of cloud cover, and it's cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4 inch. And then here I'm still using Sweet Bugs paper and everything. So here's all my squares I got cut from the scraps I had left. And remember, when you're making a scrap card, there's no right or wrong way. Just be as creative as you can. So I'm going to start laying my pieces of paper that I've already cut out. I have tried different ways. I tried doing it like just straight across, and I like the diagonal feel to it. I also tried lining them up. I might do this one lined up instead of offset like I did on this card and the one last week. You see I offset them. I might try this one kind of lined up like this. But anyways, let me start gluing mine down, and I just pick a place on the card and start gluing squares down. The only thing I worry about is I don't want to put two down side by side. That's just alike. That's the only thing I don't want to do. All right, so I'm going to do that on the diagonal. And pick another one out to glue down. I'll just go ahead and make a line straight across with what I've started here. And I think I'll make my space between them a little bit wider on this one too. But while I'm gluing these down, I'll go ahead and speed up the video so you don't have to sit here and watch me just glue squares. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to put in. There's a reason I'm leaving a little more cardstock here. I was trying to decide if I wanted to add one more square or not, but I think I'm done with that. So I will need to trim that little edge off right there. So let me get my scissors and turn this over. And just snip the edge. And little corner there. There we go. Okay, I've got just a little glue on my mat there. Okay, so the reason I wanted to leave some space on this card, some of the cardstock showing, is because I'm going to run this through an embossing folder, and I think the pattern will show up really well on where I didn't put the squares down, just to show a difference and some texture on the card. So I'm going to bring in Stone & Vine 3D embossing folder and just lay my cardstock in there, and then get my stamp emboss and cut machine out, and we'll run it through there. Get my plates out. So remember, for your 3D embossing folder, all you need is your base plate, and then, which is number 1. Then you put your embossing folder in, and then it's plate number 4, the gray plate. Run it through. Okay. Let me put this away. Let's see what we got now. Oh, I love that. Look at that. Let me bring it up close so you can see the texture there. Oh, I love that. Yes. Okay. I think I'm going to like it better than the first one I did today. So now I'm just bringing in an A2 card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. To layer that on. I love the design, just kind of blends into the paper. It looks like it's almost just one piece of paper, kind of like it's built into the cardstock. Okay, let's put that on the front and center it. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And then we just need to finish decorating it with our little bugs and cutouts we've got. Just thinking about putting that one on there. Let's see, what else do I want? Some little mushrooms maybe tucked in there too. And we also need a sentiment on the front. So I thought I would use from this set, the first one I had, Hello Friend. I thought I'd do Spread Joy on this one. And I've cut a piece of, I've die cut a piece of basic white with the stylish shapes. And I think I will use Poppy Parade again on this one. I used Poppy Parade for my sentiment on the last one. I think that'll pop nice on this card. And this fits just perfectly on here. Okay. Yeah, and I think I'll put them kind of over to the side too. If I were thinking about it, but when I cut these out, I never know what I'm going to do with them. But I'd like to put, and I'm going to put them on some dimensionals, but just so they'd be a little stiffer. If you die cut it along with a piece of cardstock on the back, that would make them sturdier for this. But I didn't do that at the time, so it'll be fine. We're going to put dimensionals on the back and then add them to the card. Have you guys used the Sweet Bugs or have that collection? It's been, when I got it, I thought it was cute, but I didn't know just how much I would enjoy using it, making cards and projects and things. Okay, so we're gonna put our little caterpillar about right here. And then, let's see, I can get a big one maybe up here at the top, but I need a small one for the bottom. Okay. beside him. And then we'll put our Spread Joy also on some dimensionals. Right underneath. Alright. So I'm looking at it just to see if I think it needs something else. If you know me, one thing you know about me, I like to embellish cards. Sometimes I put probably too much on it, but I do want to put a little something extra on this one. And these are the adhesive backed metallic gems. So let's scatter just a few of these on here. Since it says Spread Joy, I just feel like it needs a little extra pop, you know? There we go. What do you think? I'll stop at 3. So there you go. You've got a cute little card using the Sweet Bugs collection. It's blank inside, so you could write whatever you want and send a word of encouragement to some friends. And here's the other one I made. I hope you enjoyed this for Scrap Card Saturday. If you're liking my videos, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the like button and follow. Thank you so much.